Association of American Universities have just inducted 6 new members. 6 new AAU schools. Holy smokes. Welcome to episode 228 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our ever-growing channel. Smash that like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the news. Breaking news. Bam! 6 new schools, AAU schools, UC Riverside, the George Washington University, University of Miami, University of Notre Dame, South Florida, and Arizona State. Now you might be saying, Greg, why in a college football channel are you talking about new AAU schools being inducted? Well, because it has to do with realignment. We all know that an AAU school, when you're designated as an AAU school, could very well help you realign yourself into a better position. We've seen it over the decades and decades in the Big Ten, with some exceptions to that. But AAU schools, Arizona State, wow, Miami of Florida, holy smokes. Let's get to it. Let's get to the article written here, press release, 6 leading research universities join the Association of American Universities. We're not going to read the whole thing. A link will be provided in the description. The Association of American Universities announced today that Arizona State, George Washington University, University of California, Riverside, the University of Miami, the University of Notre Dame, and University of South Florida have joined the association. For our purposes here, we're going to be focusing on University of Notre Dame, South Florida, Arizona State, and Miami of Florida, because that has to do with college football. We're going to skip a few paragraphs. Again, if you want to read the whole thing, a link will be provided in the description. From deep space to deep in the oceans, Arizona State is a university designed for discovery, research, innovation. Arizona State University President Michael Crow. As one of the fastest growing research enterprises in the United States, we are focused on solving society's greatest challenges, and we are excited to be part of AAU. We're going to skip the George Washington part, the UC Riverside part. Today is the great day for all of us who love and support the University of Miami. This designation acknowledges a transformational level of activities and outcomes in research, graduate and undergraduate education, and other areas that demonstrate compelling performance across the institution. This is University of Miami President Julio Frank. Again, Notre Dame, our mission at Notre Dame is to be the preeminent research university, provide an unsurpassed undergraduate education, and to have all we do informed by our Catholic mission. We are honored to be invited to join the AAU, heartened by the AAU boards of recognition of our progress as a research university. University of South Florida is honored to accept an invitation to become an AAU member and join the most prestigious association in higher education. This is a historic, momentous achievement for USF, no question about it. Now, what does this mean in terms of college football? Well, as you know, if you're an AAU school, it can help you elevate, realign yourself to a better position in regards to not just research, of course, but in regards to college football, because we are a college football channel, it can help you propel you to a different, higher level football conference, right? Athletic conference. Arizona State, wow. The one piece that they have been missing in their resume is they're not AAU. They've always been a large research school. Their numbers expenditures have been climbing year after year after year. Arizona State, big time research school. Now both Arizona schools are now AAU. University of Arizona and Arizona State. What does this do for Arizona State? The first thing I ponder is, will the Big Ten take another fresh look at the Arizona State men's hockey team? Because the Big Ten is sitting at 7 schools. I know they've taken a look at Arizona State, but it quite hasn't met up to what Big Ten was looking at. But the Big Ten doesn't want to stick with 7 schools for very much longer, and they can't quite get that 8th candidate internally in their permanent conference members. So will Arizona State become the 8th Big Ten men's hockey team? We shall see. But this should help Arizona State years down the road. I don't think it's going to help them in the near future. Look, the Big 12 is targeting Arizona State, targeting Arizona, targeting Colorado. All three of those schools are AAU schools. Brett Yormark, if he could get all three, holy smokes, that's what he's trying to do. But this is a big, big day for Arizona State. Miami of Florida, AAU. Now, we believe here at Peek Around the Corner, we have always said this, that among all the ACC schools, among the 14-member ACC schools, full members, that Miami, Florida becoming a Big Ten, going into the Big Ten Conference years down the road, we believe they were the number one chalk, the heavy chalk, the favorite of all the ACC schools, that they would become a Big Ten member. And this was prior to them becoming AAU, because of high academic success, levels of success at Miami, Florida, very successful private institution, research institution, and now they've gained the status of AAU. So Miami, Florida Hurricanes, Notre Dame coming into the Big Ten. I think that's a very strong, very, very strong possibility as this college football landscape continues to change. South Florida, University of South Florida. Again, we've talked about it. Always been a big research university. And they're in the AAC. They're getting a new football stadium. They're working towards a new football stadium. So is Miami, Florida. This is only going to help University of South Florida. They've always been a bigger research university than University of Central Florida. But again, they haven't invested. They haven't made the right moves on the football field, the athletic programs. But this is going to help their front porch of the university. AAU membership for South Florida, big, big, big accomplish. And then finally Notre Dame becoming AAU. Now their resume doesn't quite fit the resume of the other AAU schools, the other 65 universities. Notre Dame doesn't have a medical hospital, research hospital. But they do big work in research. Notre Dame becoming AAU, again, when it comes to football realignment, not needed. They were the exception for Big Ten. There were other exceptions. There have always been other exceptions. Big Ten has always looked at a number of non-AAU schools as a member. But Notre Dame was always considered the exception. Well, now that they're AAU, we don't have to go through that anymore. Now, 6 new members. Nobody was expecting 6 new members to be swooped up all at once to join the AAU. So what does that mean? For me, that means there's a lot of horse trading going on in that AAU. A lot of horse trading, a lot of votes. I think there might be a little bit of a conspiracy at foot here. I would love to see the internal voting of the 65 current members to see who voted for who. Remember, there's 15 Big Ten AAU schools. If you count UCLA and USC among those 65, did they all back up the Miami, Florida? Did they all back up Notre Dame? Who supported Arizona State as an AAU school? The Pac-12 schools? All those other smaller schools on the West Coast? Probably. A lot of horse trading was done to get 6 new schools all at once. Holy smokes. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below the video. A big day for those 6 universities in terms of college football and college sports. Big day for University of South Florida. Huge day. Game-changing day for Arizona State. Miami of Florida and Notre Dame, I think their futures were locked in before today when it comes to college football. But again, for the whole university, for the faculty, membership, the alumni, everybody involved, big day for those 2 universities as well. Until next time, from all of us at PATC to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.